Answers of an Alien from Andromeda, Video 147, December 7, 2016. Mythy words. My friends, sorry for the delay in stopping to answer your questions. We have been busy helping Arcturians change a whole base complex and 12,000 persons community in the bottom of the ocean between Australia and Antarctica, tectonic zone that is becoming highly unstable from Australia and culminating with the volcano called by Mount Erebus, that is already feeling the stress of tectonic failure. Okay, now let's answer the questions. Hi Mythy, my question is about the different universes with their corresponding dimensions, based on the past videos as topics of parallel universes. Third dimension is much denser than the fourth dimension in Limbus. Can you elaborate this concept for us and can you show the best diagram for it? J. In a simple explanation, parallel universes are like legs of different sizes situated on the same level of third dimension plane, where all 3D universes are, and separated from each other by a small network of channels, black holes, interconnecting all, so that the level from the smallest to the largest remains balanced. The same concept works equally for the fourth dimension and its sublevels. Regarding the density levels of matter found in the third and fourth dimensions, the third is a level of basic physical matter with quantum nuances between its different levels, as the fourth dimension is pure quantum matter at all sublevels. You see, quantum matter can emulate any other basic matter of the third dimension, that is, you can experience environments or sensations identical to those perceived by your senses in the third dimension if the event is programmed to be that way. I know it's bizarre to understand, but it's like one of your most advanced programs having the power to emulate others' more basic ones. Mythy, after first contact, what are your expectations for the new colony the first year? The first decade? The first 100 years? What will our responsibilities be? Some of us wonder about work, employment, and even money. Will such concepts such as careers and compensation matter in the coming years? Jerry, in the early years there will be a gradual adaptation to new technological realities that could generate a new social posture. Initially in those first decades much will have to be done. Credit and debt systems should continue to improve over the decades. There will be a need for well-qualified professionals in some areas, and dedicated less qualified ones in others. All will have their due importance in the process of the new social formation, and of course there will be those who will have more credits than others on a fair scale so that no one on the planet will fail to have all their basic necessities guaranteed for a pleasant and decent life. With social development, adequate access to information and professional training, gradually the less qualified labor will be replaced by biomechanical units in the agricultural areas, mining and general maintenance and cleaning services. From there, you are approaching level 2. Mythy, has Manchik been visited by level 10 beings, and if so, did they offer you any new enlightenment? What is the highest level being you have ever met? What did you say to him or her? What was their reply? Jerry, levels 9 and 10 are beings dedicated to the balance and creation of new stellar systems, interaction between universes, among other functions beyond our reach. They do not visit planets, they create them. Level 8 like the crew lines are more interactive with us, from level 0 to level 8, and they can talk about subjects related to what they do but will not discuss concepts that are not up to the brain's activation of the interlocutor. You do not have to say anything to them, they know exactly what you are thinking and all the doubts inherent in your specific brain activation. Be sure that they will always give you a mental response that will match your expectations. Mythi, are the tectonic shifts and planetary expansion causing people to be more emotionally volatile than at previous times decades ago? People seem, even here on channel, to be much more intransigent and argumentative than earlier in my lifetime. Thomas, any physical modification on the planet or the solar system that houses it, changes the reference point in the frequency beat of the brains of those who are subject to these changes. This rearrangement of the planet, which will be maintained for the next millennia, is serving as an activator for those who had entered into a state of marasm conditioned by the day-to-day life of an earlier period. More and more people are waking up to new realities, and I doubt you have not noticed that in recent years the society is starting to react like never seen before. A good sign. Mythi, what is the source of the mysterious X-rays surrounding Earth? Rowena, there's nothing mysterious about it. That X-ray source, as you call them, was triggered by your own government's military experiences when they blew up atomic artifacts in the Van Allen Belt region to try to dispel it partially. As they well know, this has done more damage than solution by incorporating a radioactive level into the belt. It's only mysterious because they will not admit that great stupidity to the public. That's one reason why any atomic material is forbidden to leave the planet's atmosphere, and many artifacts will still be destroyed by Pleiadian probes if they keep insisting on it. Mythi, as of the last video we were at 34% able to make it to level 1. What percentage of this 34% are people already at level 1, and what percentage is those currently at 0+ level? Longbow, most of the 34% is made up of 0+ levels. Of approximately 2.5 billion people, plus or minus 500 million are already level 1. Mythi, can you translate a phrase "lay no lore" given to me by a Pleiadian group? Longbow, this phrase do not have any meaning for me. Sorry. Mythi, we are questioning the posture of CG about the definition of genocide. Artificial weather disasters, are they planned genocide acts of elite groups? Weapon is weapon, doesn't matter what form it has, the results are clear. Pharmaceutical, GMO manipulations and geoengineering are all mass depopulation acts. Army killed so many innocent people with this same goal. Can you pass this doubts to any CG guys you meet in a hall, for example, and ask, please? Yurish, you are asking this for the lack of information of what has been done without you knowing to counteract many attempts at regional depopulation by your elites. Much more has already been done than you imagine. Now it is waiting for a more effective and direct intervention when they deem it appropriate. Mythi, why has the hexagon gate on Saturn changed color? Jerry, the hexagon is an area protected by a force field. Depending on the atmospheric conditions, the gases react in contact with the energy and absorb some spectra of the composition of sunlight, which causes diverse colors to be reflected. Another factor is that Saturn passes through certain weather stations just like your planet, generating boreal color spectra depending on the time of year of Saturn. Mythi, you said space stations are multiplying. So are, apart from ISS and New Chinese One, also other space stations with a crew up there, which would be very logical knowing pacifistic freedom fighters from US. Yurish, I cannot go into detail for obvious reasons, but there is your International Space Station, the Chinese now under construction, and a military one set up after the first one that is still in operation but does not contain nuclear weapons, is used only for tracking and observation with cameras and lasers. Mythy. Unfortunately, lies are a reality of everyday life in our society. People lie at work, in politics, in relationships and so on. Can you please tell us if higher developed beings lie to each other on some occasions? Maybe not malicious lies but soft lies? Have you ever lied to us with motive not to scare or disappoint us? Thank you. Tanya, the term lie, or untruth, is used by you pejoratively. When you tell a child that the stork brings babies, it is an untruth that falls to an unprepared brain to understand a more scientific explanation. The day this child grows will understand exactly why you told the story of the stork. The lie told to take advantage or to deceive someone else is a subterfuge for those who do not have the answers or know that these would put them in some embarrassing situation, so the lie becomes a weakness of character of the person who uses it. As for me, I do not need to lie about anything. I can rather omit answers that are not convenient to the current situation or that may go against the rules of conduct determined by CG. Mythy. Have you seen a growth in the auras of people who post here on chat over the years, or is it the same? CJB, we do not care about analyzing auras as you imagine. Aura is personal. When we communicate with a person directly, we can perceive this aura and what it conveys to us. What you can notice is that many of you are finding your balance points, many still egocentric, others are more important, others are more intelligent, but in general you show more and more maturity for a stable relationship with other cultures of the universe. Mythy. Where the Nibiru system is currently located? And is there a relationship to the great cloud of cosmic energy brought in by the dwarf star system? Will this energy leave us, as the system leaves? Tanya and Kath, Nibiru system is passing a beam of Neptune, and its passage was planned for when your planet is opposite to the Sun, and this will cause very little influence for you all. The cloud of cosmic energy has nothing to do with the Nibiru system. This cloud is immense and encompasses several solar systems of this region of the galaxy, so it must pass in its time without great interference because the frequency of your system beat is already in final adjustment by the crew lines. Mythy. Could you give us an update on Antarctica, please? What is up with all these politicians going there? Thanks in advance. Angelo, your ruling class is intent on trying agreements with representatives of the galactic community at the Antarctic base. None of them were actually taken to the base but made contact at some points of unloading the return of alien material, previously combined. The representatives of the CG are years light of any ill-intentioned attempt of agreements that can help to maintain the powers of this ruling class that ended up leaving the planet in these terrible physical and human conditions. The last attempt was to receive the same kind of defensive technology they believe the other side has received, but if any agreement was made in that direction, it will not be discussed with anyone else on the planet. The rules imposed by the CG are increasingly clear, and if the ruling class resolves to undermine the planet to take refuge in the colony of Mars as they intended, they have already been instructed that in this case they will be extradited back to Earth for a well-deserved judgment. A regional CG board has already judged this cause and determined the guidelines to be taken. Your elites are getting trapped, for that reasons the various trips to try deals that will not yield any practical results for them. A prosperous and happy holiday season to all of you.